Yeah, sometimes last year I saw a concept from the book of Daniel, and in the process we created a hub out of that concept called Universe City. From Daniel chapter 1 verse 4, it says, select only strong, healthy, good-looking young men. He said, make sure they are well-versed in every branch of learning and gifted with the knowledge and good sense, and half poised, needed to serve in the royal palace. Young men well versed in all branch of learning. So from there we created Universe City, meaning you can bring the whole world into your room when you have a solid library. It means you can select books from the finest brains all over the world without even leaving your locality, and you can know what is going on. So last year, myself and a group of people, like 7 of us or so, we bought this book, the biography of Steve Jobs. We sat down together. In fact, I read the book like a Bible. We sat down together discussing, what's going on in that aspect of the world. Very lovely. So by God's grace, this Sunday, with the latest book now in town, I'll be having that same meeting again this Sunday with some group of people. And the way I look at it now, I've seen some young politicians, people in the financial institutions, industrialists, young budding entrepreneurs, undergraduates. I want us to sit together. I've seen some of them with a copy of this. So all of us, we are going to sit down with a copy of this. I'm going to teach how I read, 52 books in a year. I'm going to teach you how you can read very fast within a very short period, how you can make your book a reference point. If you ask me now, like from this book now, there are certain things I put in this book now, I know the exact place where that point is. Because people used to say, oh, do you read all these books? There is a way you will read, and you can use some part of the book as your reference point. For instance, if you just open the chapters of the book, the content, you will look at a present issue. Then you quickly read, because for every book, you are going to receive an idea about your challenges. Then somebody said, am I going to be like this man? Immediately, no. Reading books is not a religious thing. You are not going to get, instant miracle, but there's something about books. You will receive principles. And one thing about principles is that principles are applicable to anybody. You can repeat it. Then by God's grace, I also believe that this is going to be a generational shift. I can guarantee you that if about 1,000 people should read this book, it will probably be only 10% of them that will pick something out of it and may likely use it. But one thing about those 10% is that they can change a generation. They can create a new culture. They can create a new system that other people will benefit from. But one thing that is important is that let everybody read. When you have something like this together, sit down and read. So this Sunday, by God's grace, I want you to join us at Universe City. It means, like I just read from Daniel chapter 1 verse 4, young men, young women who are well versed in every area of life. Do you understand? I'm a pastor, but I've read a lot about computers and some other things in that industry. So this is a book by a businessman in Nigeria. When you read all these things, you will not just sit down and complain and criticize. You will be well versed. That is the kingdom principle. God wants people that will be well versed. Then you can put them in anywhere of authority tomorrow, and people like that will perform. Do you understand that? You should not just narrow what you know in one area of life. So like we did last year, some people will join us. We're going to read together. We exchange ideas. So the latest book in town now, and the book we're all reading, is this book by Femi Otedola. I advise you, get your copy, be together. We are going to drink coffee together because it's the reading segment of Business Coffee. So it's going to be an exciting time. So there's a link on the screen. You can join. There's a number to call if you're in Akure and you want to join us. You want to cultivate reading habits. I've seen people telling me now that they want to be reading. I'm telling you, it's going to be an interesting thing. And it's going to be an interesting experience. So Timi Afeni is my name, and I will see you on Sunday. God bless you.